Greetings, Dual Universe adventurers. Welcome to episode 8 of Ask Aphelia, a Nova Core Q&A where we answer your gameplay questions all about Dual Universe. Let's get started. Question 1. Are there any rules for PvP?
One might say that when it comes to space combat, there are no rules. It is all about survival. We fully endorse creativity when it comes to battle strategies, but it is important for us to keep this environment safe. If not from lasers and explosions, then at least from toxicity. First of all, remember to not make things personal. Taunting can be effective in gaining advantage over your opponent, but offensive and inappropriate remarks are not welcome on the battlefield or in the chat. Think about it. Did Han insult Greedo before shooting him first? He didn't, showing that even space outlaws can have class and win. Secondly, we strictly prohibit abuse of potential exploits, so if you discover a technical issue that might give you an edge in a fight, make sure to report it right away. Keep in mind that something that might help you win today could be used by others to win against you tomorrow. And naturally, if you see someone going against those rules or our code of conduct, your friendly neighbors from NQ staff will be ready to review your report, as we take such matters very seriously. So good luck, combatants, and play fair.
Question 2. Are there plans to improve the Lua container API to get the content?
Well, I can already tell you that it has been revised. Indeed, with the Mercury update, a big revamp to the Lua API took place, bringing many changes and improvements. Among them, we have changed the behavior for the acquisition of container content, as the old behavior was not the most suitable for both us and the players. Now you will have a minimum delay of 30 seconds between two requests. In addition, the time left before the next request will be returned, and the content returned will now be in form of an item ID and quantity table. These changes are intended to give you more flexibility, better performance, and also reduce the server request spikes.
Question 3. As a lot holder on the exchange, I am not the owner of the construct. How do I go about allowing players access to certain things without being in control of the RDMS?
While installed in the exchange, lot constructs will be under the ownership of the exchange manager. Ownership of the construct will return to the player upon removal from the exchange. For ease of RDMS assignment and lot functionality, certain elements will be made public access across all lot constructs. When an element of this type is placed on a lot construct, it will be set automatically to public access. Current elements in this group are chairs, dispensers, surrogate pods or pads, resurrection nodes, and information buttons. Other elements may be added to this public access group if there is a need for it.
Question 4. More than once, NQ has said Sanctuary Moon is safe forever. Does that mean it's a place where I can take a break from the game for an extended amount of time and not have to worry about my assets being deleted?
This is correct. The Sanctuary Moon is intended to be a long-term safe location for all of our players and their assets. What is important to note, however, is that your assets are only safe on your own territory on the Sanctuary Moon. If you own a construct that is on another person's territory or on the Sanctuary Moon, that is not necessarily safe and can still be lost due to inactive asset requisitioning. So if you want it to be safe, keep it on your own territory on the Sanctuary Moon.
Question 5. I find the statistics in the previous episodes of Ask Aphelia really interesting, and I'd love to hear some more. How about the number of shots fired or ammo used?
So I was thinking that for today's Ask Aphelia, I would give you some numbers, and I'll pull out a few for you. And just fair warning, I don't want to die on the number hill today, so I may round a few of them up. So I have the number of shots fired in June, and we had 63,000 hits, and then we had 40,000 misses. And for the same amounts, we have the cause of death of players and the number of deaths in game. So we have 114 players who died because the core unit they were on was destroyed. And we then had 21 players who died due to a nearby explosion in the ship. And then my favorite kind of death is the players who died due to uncored elements. And I want to say to the 13 players that I feel you. It's okay to die on the girl assets. And then after that, I want to talk about the achievement this month. We have 83 very good players who unlocked the achievement Golden Retriever. And I want to tell them they did a very good job. And then we have 86 players who unlocked the Warmonger achievement. So they're not as good as the Golden Retrievers, I want to say. And then we have 19 very bad players who unlocked the achievement called Murderer. And that's mean. You kill 10 players each.
Question 6. Are there plans to add additional incentives to organizations? For example, organization bonuses that can be unlocked through milestones or achievements.
It's not something we currently have planned. However, it's something that we can think about for the future. Something like if you reach X amount of players, you get an organization achievement that might give you some benefit. That's something we can think about for the future, but it's not something we have planned.
And that ends this week's episode of Ask Aphelia. Remember, the questions you hear in this Q&A are actual questions submitted by Dual Universe players using the form in the description below. Until next time, Novians, and thank you for being part of our universe.